Hi guys. Now, this video is for the Darren Till Masvidal fight, which happened today earlier. I wanted to wait to see what other people thought, because listen, when it comes to Darren Till, uh, he's a young fighter, and I'm sure, he's a fighter that Dana is really trying to promote, and a fighter that, we're looking for the future. And when you do that with a fighter, you like to see them get brought up at different levels. And what happened with Darren Till is because since he's so big and you know like you don't think of how young he is and his experience, and um even when you put a more experienced fighter like Tyron Woodley, or in this case, Jorge Masvidal, which should have been easy fights when you speak, body of work, I mean, not body of work, body against body. But when you think of body of work against body of work, it becomes a little bit troubling why Dana would choose, you know, these type of fights for his, golden boy. You know what I mean? If you didn't see the fights, what happened in the Tyron Woodley, obviously he got submitted extremely easier. I mean, if you were gonna think uh Tyron Woodley would beat him, you would think it would be, punching him out. Well, he submitted him, with a darts choke, and it was just really after that fight, when they went to the microphones and to speak to everybody, Darren Till was okay because obviously, you're going against the champion. I don't think he should have gotten that fight to begin with, but a lot of people do. So whatever, I'm not gonna fight and I'm not gonna argue that. But he lost. He got submitted by somebody that's like 40. You know what I mean? And him being like 12. So okay, and him being the champion. So it makes sense. So for now, even though that happened, there were kind of like excuses that you can make of, okay, that happened because of this and that. Okay, fine. So Dana still wanted to push him hard, like this is gonna be the face. So what did he do? They have this event. I think it was London, and I think he is from London. So anyways, it's in his own backyard, okay? So he was going to be the main event. And who did he pick for this guy? He picked Jorge Masvidal. If you just finished watching my my the Mexican situation with Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia video, you don't mess, you know what I mean? I mean, these Latino men, they have big ass heads, and they are like, they are so tough. They may, not all the time do they have it in height, but their heads are like massive, and you can tell the difference. And not only, okay, forget the head, forget the whatever. Think about this, okay? This guy has like over 40 fights of experience, and you're gonna put this guy who just went through one of the worst, I guess you could say the worst, loss of his career. You're gonna mount an event for him in his home area, and you're gonna put him against somebody who has like 45, 50 fights. Why would you do that? Why? You would think because Jorge is older, that that Darren Till will automatically have an advantage. But when it comes to the fight game, it's not always like that, because it's more about, the mental, the strength matters more, I would say, in boxing. But you know, when you have so many tools to your box, experience matters more in UFC. I mean, it's just the way it is. If you've seen it, you know how to defend it. If you fought against it, you know what to do. Jorge Masvidal is easy one of the best boxers that the UFC has. You know, he's a great, you know, he he's a great fighter. And I think the last time I checked, which was like a while ago, like he had at least 32 wins, something like that. I want to say it was like 32 wins and in the teens of um of losses. And I just would not put a young person against somebody like Jorge Masvidal, you know what I mean? Because he's just gonna, you know, he just has more tools. He has more things that he's done and successfully. So I think that was just wrong for Dana. But whatever. He wanted to put him against, you know, he bet against his mind and for Darren Till's body, you know. Usually, I mean, because Darren Till is so young, usually, you know, you would put like a 20-year-old's body over a 40-year-old's body. But in this case, I wouldn't have done it because I knew the 40-year-old was Jorge Masvidal. And, you know, that experience, you know, it's just like, you know, I'm shocked that he got past Cowboy. But Cowboy is more of a player. He's not really as determined as Jorge Masvidal has been in these past few years. So that makes a difference. But anyway, so he lost. I don't, you know, I hope he's okay. But he got knocked down. He was like out for over a minute on the canvas. And it was just not a good look. It was not something that, I don't know, like with the Tyron Woodley, he was, you know, up and about quicker. With this one, he was down. He was, you know, he needed to get assistance. And it was a second, you know, in a row. So Darren Till, you know, I hope you're okay. I hope everything's fine. But yeah, this one's going to be a tougher one to get over, guys. This one is definitely because you're not expecting that. This is not the champion. This is not somebody. This is somebody older. So you're not expecting this type of loss, especially in front of, like, your people. So, yeah. Anyways, bottom line, I put it all on Dana. I really honestly think this wouldn't have been a good matchup. Especially since, you know, I mean, Jorge Masvidal, I mean, he's known, but unless you really know the UFC, he's not really that known. So I don't understand why him out of all people, but whatever. What we know and what we learned, bottom line, is that body size is not such an advantage for Darren Till. So from now on, you know, don't base it on body size, kind of base it on mental, and what the other fighter brings to it mentally rather than body size, because that's not an advantage. You know what I mean? If somebody, if he has a body advantage up to the other fighter, it doesn't matter. They can still beat him. And that's sad that we got to know that about Darren Till, because from now on, I mean, that's going to be something he's going to have to carry. But anyways, that was my my 2 cents. I don't, you know, the rest of the fights were fine. I just hope that from now on that Dana has a little bit more, if he really wants to, like, put Darren Till at that level, that he thinks about stuff before doing stuff like this, because this one's really gonna be a stain. And I hope that he gets over it. I hope that he's gonna be fine. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. We're with you, Darren Till, and we're hoping that everything turns out fine. But anyways, that's my 2 cents. They have bigger heads, guys. They have bigger heads. It doesn't sound racist or anything, but Latino men, especially Mexican, all that, Central America. I mean, they have big ass heads. So guys, that is an advantage. You might think, they might be shorter, but that head, yo, seriously, it makes a difference. Okay, so anyways, yeah, that's why I always pick. And with the Mikey Garcia, I mean, look at him. He outlasted like the whole fight with Errol Spence. Because that head, let's be honest. Nobody wants to say it. Sounds racist. Whatever. Is the truth. But anyways, yeah, that was the fights for today, and I gotta get up early tomorrow because, well, no, tomorrow's Sunday. Yeah, because I have to go. My nephew is going away to the army, so I'm so excited. But anyways, all right, so bye guys. Those were the fights, and I'm sorry I took my ass off today. Yeah, go to sleep. Bye.